Hello guys, welcome to this amazing tutorial. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to retouch a professional looking portrait high-end image with frequency separation and dodge and burn. So if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, and turn on the notification bell so whenever I drop a video like this, you'll be the first to know. And firstly, what we're going to do here is to duplicate our image, then we work on this duplicated layer here. So I like to use this spot healing brush tool here. So we don't really have a lot of blemishes on this image. I'm just going to tap. Okay, so, and if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you very much for your support. Please, if there's anything or any topic you like me to do a video on, you can just put it down in the comment section and hit the thumbs up button if at the end you find this video impactful and helpful. So just let me take you through the process. Okay, so we are done removing our blemishes from this image now. So what I like to do is add my levels. It kind of helped me to balance the contrast and the highlights in the image. I'll just add this one 4 and this one make it 50. So yeah, it add more contrast to the image. Then I will merge these two layers here. Yeah, I'll merge them. Okay, and I'll duplicate this one, name this one the lower. We are running our frequency separation right now, so name this one the lower frequency. Okay, lower, then I'll duplicate it again and name this one the high. I hope you know how frequency separation works. So if you don't know, I will do a deep tutorial, but here I'm just going to be taking you my workflow on how I do my retouching. If you visited my Instagram page, you see most of my retouching is there. So I'm just going to be taking you on the workflow on how I do most of my retouching. So the radius of 8.4 is okay for this image. Just going to use, come to image, then I'll go to apply image. In layer, you choose the lower layer. Then your blending mode should be at ultra, scale should be at 2 and offset 128. You click OK. Your blending mode here should be on linear light. You can also use UV light, but I recommend you use linear light in any image you are retouching, so you get a better result. So we're going to start mixing right now. So I'm using the mixer brush, so you're going to be using your brush too. So if you are new to frequency separation and you're not really used to mixing, so it will probably take much time from you than me. So you just have to take your time and mix it carefully. Don't miss the shadow with your highlights, so just make sure you are just blending it carefully. So you just really have to be careful with what you're doing. So this is it. Okay, alright, so let me show you our before and after of what we've just done. See, before and after, you see how smooth and detailed that place is. Nothing too different from the original concept, but we are enhancing the beauty of the image. We are not turning her to cartoon or some sort of heavily photoshopped image. We are just enhancing what's there already, adding to the beauty. We're not changing the concept. So I'm going to be blending it. In this jaw area, you really have to be careful, because in this area you can change the look of the entire image here. If you are not really careful with this area, you can change the whole look of the image by giving her almost a new face. So I know your model won't want that, so you really have to be careful while mixing here. Take your time, don't rush. Yeah, don't rush. So okay, Alright, so we're almost done with this area. I'm gonna mix here. So you don't have to be fast as I am, just take your time and do it properly. Because if you want to be fast as I'm doing it, you miss it. You will ruin the image. So just take your time, do it carefully. Pay more attention to it. So you're just gonna mix this in. And don't forget to always adjust the size of your brush to the area you are mixing. The size of the area you are mixing. If there's a tiny line of highlights around there, you reduce the size of your brush to fit that area you are blending. And if it is shadow, you also adjust the size of your brush to fit the areas that you are blending. So we are almost done with this image. As you can see, like what they say, that good image are made from the camera. Yeah, so if you snap a very good image, retouching it will be a problem for you. So I don't advise you put all your mind on post-production, like you fix everything in post-production. No, try to get a desired image from your camera direct. When I opened this image, that was a straight from camera image. I just processed it with a camera raw and I opened it here. So if you get a better image while snapping it, retouching it will be a problem for you at all. As you can see, we are almost done with the whole mixing. Yeah, so I'm gonna come this way. So have you seen our before after? So that's how it works. So you can see the old details coming out, the texture, you can feel everything in the image. So that's what a good image consists of. Good quality. So we're just gonna mix this area properly. That's why I said you should be really careful while mixing this area. You should be really careful. Okay, so you can see here's our before after. So I think we are okay like this. So what I like to do from here now is to do my dodge and burn. I use the curve method, which I recommend, and it works really well for me. So just create a curve layer. You know I made this. Okay, I'm just going to start again. I'm just going to create a curve layer and bring down the brightness. So this will represent your burn. Then you invert. Okay, let's go again. I'm going to create a curve layer here. You bring down the brightness a bit to how you want your burn area to be. Then you invert it, and also make another curve, increase the brightness to how you want your highlights to be. Then you invert. If you don't know how to invert it, just Ctrl I on your keyboard and Command I on Mac. So after that, I would like to use this black and white as my visible layer. So if you do it like this, you see you cannot easily identify the areas that has more highlights and the area that has more shadow. While doing this dodge, but we no longer use the brush, the mixer brush tool. We are using the brush tool direct. Then take your opacity to 10 and let your foreground color be white. So I'm just going to go ahead now to dodge the areas that I want to dodge in the image. So you can see this area has to be dodged properly to achieve a better result. So this is what I was talking about. So we're just gonna do it like this. Really have to do it carefully, because this dodge and burn is like applying makeup with Photoshop, because sometimes some makeup artists too get their work wrongly, so they just do some job for you. So you can also correct it with this dodge and burn. If you know your way around, you can do everything here. So that's why I say you should be careful, so you won't have to, so you are not running another makeup on your model's face. Okay, so I think we are done dodging this image. See our before and after, before, after, before, after. So from here, what I like to do again is to run my second frequency separation. Yeah, I use frequency separation. I run 2. Yeah, so after running this, I'll go straight to my color grading. I'm just going to name this lower 2, and here Ctrl J. I'll group them. So right here, I'm going to go back to my Gaussian blur and the same radius. Yes, come back here, image. Pick the layer 2. Remember the lower layer is the one containing your colors, and the upper layer is the one containing your texture. So you really have to take note of this while working with frequency separation. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and mix. So I'm gonna show you the effects of what we're about to do now and why it is important. After the mixing, I'll be showing you why I'm doing it. Some people think it takes a lot of time to do. Personally, for me, I believe it's worth doing. So I really love doing it, and it gives me good results at the end. So, as I say, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. If I want a better result, I should do everything possible to get the results at a convenience way for me. So I believe this method is convenient, so you can also learn it and get used to it too. So I'm just gonna mix around here. Okay. So as you can see what we're doing. See why I told you that you really have to be careful while mixing this jaw area. You see, we almost went overboard with this area here, so I'm just going to correct it here. So mix it here. Just going to mix this area here. Okay, so we are almost done with this image. So from here we'll be heading back to our color grading. Yeah, I know most of you will be waiting for that. I have a lot to share with you about color grading, the principles, things you should know, the do's and don'ts of color grading. So I will just tell you a little bit about it here, and if you want me to do a video on color grading, just hit the like button, comment where you're watching from, and write color grading in the comment section. So I will do a video on the color grading. Okay, so as you can see, it's a lot. So you can see what we've done here. Let me show you the effect of the second color, of the second frequency separation. Have you seen it? So it gives you room to reapply those things you've done before in a more convenient way this time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reduce the opacity of the whole thing to around 70. Okay, so I should take it to 60. Okay, it works well for me now. So you can see we have our image here with full texture and everything ready to go. What I would like to do now is to group this. Yeah, also create a stamp visible layer to start my color grading with. So firstly, I'll go to this selective color. So just, this girl is not really a dark skin model, no, a light skin model. So I'm just going to enhance what we have here already to achieve a perfect skin tone for her. Remember, we are not changing anything, we are only enhancing. So don't be like that photographer that will change it from black to white. No, don't be that guy. What we're doing, we are enhancing, we do not change. We are enhancing what we have. Okay, so I'm gonna make the background a little bit calm. Okay, so not too loud. So after here, you can see the colors already popping. So after here, what I would like to do now is go to my color balance. This is majorly the only two sliders I use for my color grading, and I believe everything we ever need to achieve a good look, a well looking color graded image. It's just these two things. Just know how to use them. Don't be afraid to play with colors, and don't be afraid to make errors. It's okay to make errors. That's why they made that Ctrl Z button there. You made error, try again. You make error, try again till you get it. So that's it. Okay, so I'll drop this down a little bit, and I'll go back to my selective color, my reds. I'll just take up my reds a little bit, my yellows. Okay. Alright, so after here, I'll use the photo filter. I take the opacity down to 5. Okay, so voila, here is my color grading folder. Here's our before, here's our after, here's our before, here's our after. So we are not going overboard with everything, as you can see. So with just few sliders that we've moved, we've been able to achieve a professional looking portrait, and you are good to go. So that's it. Thank you for watching this amazing tutorial. On our next video, because of time, I will do a video on the teeth whitening and the lips glossing. So see you guys, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you've learned anything through this video, and then comment whatever you don't understand or whatever you want me to be working on next. Thank you.